Ryan is nice enough to join us here on the Aztec station, Extra Sports 1360. Ryan, always great to have you on the show. How's the week going so far?
It's going real good. I'm excited about the way the guys have bounced back and used last weekend as motivation and just moving on to the next week of our season. And we just know what we got to get done this weekend.
Absolutely. Ryan, we've had to answer this question as fans, so I'll just ask you, as a player, how long does it really take to get over that kind of a loss?
For us, it's Sunday night. And you get over it Sunday night when you go home and when you're done watching film. You might sit on it for a little bit, but when you come in Monday morning and you start checking out Utah State on the film, and you're right into the next week, and you take what you can from the week before.
Ryan, it's a young team, and you being a junior now, especially as a quarterback, the team's going to look for you to be the leader as far as practice goes. I know you say you get over it on Sunday night, but once you start practicing, how do you keep the guys focused? How do you keep them emotionally up?
With the guys we got on offense right now, with some older guys, with Trask on the offensive line and VJ and DeMarco on the outside, we've had some pretty good leadership on the offensive side of the ball as far as staying up, and we know what we need to do to get better as a team and as an offense, and we're focusing on that in practice.
Hey, Ryan, I don't want to harp on it, but today the Mountain West Conference comes out and confirms that the refs blew it. Jose Perez was pushed into Miles Burris. You saw it, I saw it, we all saw it. Does it make it more difficult when the conference confirms it? Does it do anything for your mentality to hear that it's official, the refs blew it?
I probably never would have known unless you told me just now. So I think it really it doesn't make a difference for us. As far as we know, we had some things that we should have done to win the game, and we had the game in our hands. And when you put it in somebody else's hands, you don't have control over it, and you just need to work to where you can do the right things you need to do.
Ryan, you came into this year 6th all-time passing yards, 4th all-time completions, 8th all-time in passing touchdowns. And as your career continues, you're going to break more records. Talk about how you feel putting yourself up there in the upper echelons of quarterbacks for San Diego State.
Just the legacy that we've had at the school, especially on the offensive side of the ball, is great. And just being named with some of those guys is an honor. But I'm really it's all about the guys that I'm around. And I'm sure if you talk to older guys that are on those lists and stuff, they'll tell you the same thing. We just got a great group of guys from the offensive line to the backs and the guys we got on the outside. It's with guys like VJ and DeMarco and Ronnie running the ball and the way our offensive line's blocking, it's really not too tough for me.
Aztecs quarterback Ryan Lindley getting ready for Utah State. All right, you just mentioned Ronnie. I've read about Ronnie for a while now. We finally get to see Ronnie Hillman, and I know the passing game has been terrific, but how entertaining is it for you to hand off that ball and just watch him go?
He can make some things happen, and it's exciting to see him get in the open field, and the offensive lines are doing a great job of blocking for him, opening up the holes. And another thing, too, to be noticed is the way the wide receivers are blocking downfield. That's a big part of the way our running game stepped up, and it's some stuff that guys weren't doing last year that they're really getting on this year.
Talk about, Brady Hoke, Coach Sipe, second year with you right now. How comfortable with you as far as what they want you to do and what they want you to be?
We got a great relationship. As far as with Coach Borges and Coach Sipe, I'm really starting to understand more of the offense, and we got a rhythm for what we're doing game in, game out. And I'm always comfortable with Coach Borges calling up. He's always got a great game plan for us, and we're ready to go execute it.
So when Coach Hoke says we're not blaming the refs, we're blaming ourselves, is that how you felt entirely? Was there any, we'll give credit to Missouri, or was it we just beat ourselves on Saturday?
For myself and on the offensive side of the ball, I really felt completely that we beat ourselves, especially with the way I played, the way the passing game was. I was real upset with the way we finished up there and the passes we missed and the opportunities that we missed on to put the game out of reach.
I'll tell you what, you guys, you're going to win some games, you're going to lose some games, but you're certainly not going to get shut out. This offense can score.
Yeah, and that's something with the development of the running game and where our passing games continue to develop. I'm excited to see what we can do as we continue moving on and progressing.
Hey, Ryan, is Sky Show extra special for the players? I know for the fans, they put on a fireworks display, so the attendance will be inflated. But as a player, is Sky Show night extra meaningful to you?
I think the only thing is you get excited because there's more people out there. And, we know that there's going to be a little bigger crowd, especially in the second half, hopefully the whole game. But, we're just excited to go out and play another game at home, and we're always excited we can play in Qualcomm.
6'4", 215 pounds, so you certainly have the prototypical body. Everyone talks about the arm is super strong as well. Have you started to hear talks about going to the next level?
Guys mumble about it, and it happens, but I'm really just focused on what we're doing here week in and week out. And I'm real excited for the opportunities that we have the rest of this year, and as this program continues to grow.
All right, so let's talk about the business at hand. One game at a time, Utah State. I have not seen the Aggies this year, but when you watch game film, what kind of attack do you expect on Saturday night?
You know, they're a good team, athletic and aggressive, and they like to play hard and play up in your face, and they got a defensive head coach, defensive-minded guy, and they got some good athletes on that side of the ball. So, you know, we're real excited with what Coach Borders is dialing up to run against them, and we just got to go out and make it happen.
You have BYU after the Utah State game, and that's going to be their farewell to the conference. Any extra added incentive to stick it to them?
You know, we haven't been there yet. You know, talk to me in 2 weeks, and we'll have some stuff we'll start dialing up. But right now, we're focused on the Aggies, and we're going to go get Utah State.
I like that.
But, Ryan, you haven't even thought about how the Mountain West Conference is going to look a lot different next year?
You know, I think in the off season, you know, guys talked about it, but you know, right now with the season and the grind we got, and guys are busy with school and everything, you know, you guys are pretty focused, and that's what we like to see.
Tell me real quick, Ryan, you're a junior quarterback. You've been there for a few number of years. You're watching the program start to rise again. If I'm a senior in high school right now, why would I want to go to San Diego State?
You know, just the environment that we have here, and I think that's I'm not even going to get into how great our coaching staff is, but just the campus and what we got here to offer at San Diego and in the city is just amazing. You know, you can't beat it. It's one of the greatest cities in the United States, greatest cities in the world, and I love being from here, born and raised. But I mean, with this coaching staff and Coach Hoke and the guys that we have to put us in a position to win every week in and week out, I mean, there's really no better place you can be.
Aztecs quarterback Ryan Lindley is with us on Extra. Ryan, you have star receivers, and this is nothing new for San Diego State fans to have a duo. We've seen so many in the past, but now it's Sampson and Brown. I know they're not egomaniacs, and I know they're buddies, but do they ever take you aside and say, just give me the ball?
You know what, and you're right, though. They don't. They both have put their egos in check, and they're both very good friends. You know, it's something that I guess on paper you'd see you got two guys like that, you'd be worried about them, you know, kind of fighting for the ball. There's only one ball on the field, two guys, and you got to get it to both of them. But, you know, this year they've both been great, and they're both getting their touches, and you know, we like to see us capitalize on some opportunities that we have, and we'll continue to do that.
18 consecutive starts heading into this year. I have to say you probably pride yourself on physical condition and being there for your team.
Yeah, you know, it's something that when our new strength coach came in, Coach Aaron Wellman, it really just stepped up a notch for us and for everybody. And this off season, you saw a lot of guys make some great strength gains and get it going in the weight room.
So how much you bench?
You know, actually, he doesn't let me bench anymore. I got to throw, so he keeps me off the bench press.
Oh, Does he have you squatting?
You know, not too much during the season.
Oh, a pretty boy quarterback doesn't have to work out like the rest of the team. Is that what I'm hearing here?
No, we're all working out, but I just stay off the bench.
I've read about Aaron Wellman. It sounds serious in that gym right now, but we see you guys are well conditioned, 2-1, getting ready for Utah State. Ryan, we're wishing you the best. Stay healthy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ryan Lindley.